Serious. What is a little known fact that can save you from a life-threatening situation? Unless you have training, don't try to rescue someone drowning by swimming to them. Use something to reach out for them to grab onto. They will grab onto you out of fear and not let go, and you may drown with them. Know where the exits are. In the case of an abduction, your best bet is to scatter some of your belongings, like an ID, on the ground. The possibility of tracking you down becomes that much greater that way. If you see a huge explosion in the distance, you've got 1 to 2 seconds before you will be hit by the shock wave. You can protect yourself from the shock wave by turning away from the explosion, exhaling, and keeping your mouth open to help equalize the pressure. If you get lost, stay put. Almost every case of people being lost and dying that I've heard of in the Australian outback, they kept moving further and further away. Save your energy for making shelter and signals for rescuers. If a high-voltage power line falls near you, stepping away from it may kill you, as they may carry more than 100,000 volts. One large step may put your front foot at a place where the voltage is much lower. If the difference is high enough, the insulation from your shoes may be too low to prevent the voltage from passing through and killing you. Prevent this by shuffling away using tiny steps. This minimizes the voltage difference between your feet. If you have to sleep in a car, you can loop your seatbelt through your door handle loop and click it in for extra security. Learned that from a truck driver. Never put your hands in your pockets when going up or down the stairs. If you trip while your hands are in your pockets, they may as well be useless. People commonly say not to make eye contact with people in sketchy places. However, eye contact takes away the element of surprise, which is often an attacker's first weapon advantage. I don't know if it's true everywhere, but where I've been in the western states it's a general rule. When lost in the woods and you find a logging road, the intersections at AT are generally not 90. The least sharp turns almost always point back to the highways. Full logging trucks don't turn as easily, so the less sharp turns are usually on the way out. _________ to highway this way. In the extremely unlikely event you are attacked by a swarm of bees, most adults can typically just outrun them, especially if you run into the wind. Do not stop running. Some bees will chase you for up to a quarter mile. Do not try to hide underwater. They will wait for you to come up for air. If the tornado looks like it's not moving, it's headed right for you. Carbon monoxide can travel through walls. A chair makes an excellent shield weapon. A couple different things for different situations. If you're stabbed and the knife is still in, don't take it out. It's plugging a wound and stopping you from leaking. If you're stuck outside in the cold, especially if you're lost, stay in place and try to stay out of the wind. Stationary people are easier to find. Also, no matter how warm you suddenly feel, keep your clothes on. Your body flash processes glucose in a last-ditch effort to keep warm right before you freeze to death, and it can make you feel unbearably hot if you've been freezing for the last couple hours. Above all else, if you can't remember anything else, calm people live. Panicked people die. You can drive on a flat tire for miles. You'll probably have to replace the wheel afterwards, but big deal. If you get a flat in a bad part of town or anywhere, it'd be dangerous to loiter around while changing to the spare or waiting for a tow truck. Just keep driving, but go slowly. Also, if your engine is overheating, you can use pretty much any water-based fluid as radiator fluid, antifreeze coolant, in a pinch. I once broke down in the middle of nowhere due to a radiator hose leak. I patched the leak with duct tape and used water from a nearby creek to fill up my radiator. *edit. Although if you do end up using dirty water or Gatorade or pee or whatever, you should get your coolant system flushed soon afterwards. If you are being attacked by almost any predator, the first thing you should go for is the eyes. Predators are smart animals and only hunt what won't maim them. If you go for the eyes of a predator, it will mostly likely back off and reevaluate trying to eat you. Only time a predator will risk a vital organ to hunt, aka eyes, is when it is starving. Else it will back off knowing that if you do take out its eyes it will not be able to hunt anymore, therefore starve. Never let them take you to a second crime scene. If they're trying to abduct you, and you let them, the kidnapping becomes murder 99% of the time. Fight like hell no matter what. Awareness is a tool. Use it. When you walk into a place you've never been, take note of everything around you. When you meet someone new, pay attention to them. When things are sketchy in any way, pay attention to them. If you keep attention at all times, you'll rarely be surprised by anything. If someone's pointing a gun at you, it's probably risky to pull out a gun and point it at them. I'd like for once to see a Hollywood movie where someone tries this and the other guy pulls the trigger immediately. ABCs. It's the first rule any healthcare provider learns about. If you ever come across a person in an accident, unresponsive, etc., always ensure ABCs are done first. A. Airway. Make sure that the person's airway is intact. B. Breathing. Look at the person for chest rising to ensure they are breathing. C. Circulation. Check to see if the person has a pulse. If not, start CPR. Pack lots of clothes in your car during winter and keep your car well maintained. If you're fighting a kangaroo, as you do, punch the kangaroo as hard as you possibly can, and don't run. Running shows fear and then the kangaroo knows it can beat you. The reason why you punch is because, in a kangaroo's mind, any kick is way stronger than any punch. Let's say 10x stronger, I don't know exactly. So if you punch them hard enough, they'll back down because they'll think you can kick them 10x harder than that. If you didn't punch them hard enough, well, you're fucked. If you think you're being followed while walking outside, pretend to get a call and respond, normally, and say something along the line that you'll meet soon. In the same scenario, if you approximately know the person is slightly further behind and you round a corner, run like an idiot to a more crowded or safer place. Go into a shop, bus, a group of people. Hell, even ring someone's doorbell if you have to and ask to call the police. Absolute worst case scenario, if it's in the middle of the night and nobody is out. And someone is following you. Smash kick someone's car so it sounds a loud alarm. It could scare the stalker off. If you haven't been in a fight since 6th grade, you're probably not going to win a fight with an adult stranger. It only takes about 20 pounds of force to rip off a human ear. Grab the top and pull toward the chin. Always stay aware. If you see something off, even if subtle, be alert. Be ready for action. If possible, avoid the situation. Get to the other side of the street. Go into a store with other people, etc. Anticipate having to run or fight the person. Make a plan. Will you kick him, her in the nuts, scream your name and the attacker's details, or just run? Where will you run? Action. Take action. Do not worry about taking your actions too far. Your life and safety is more important than your attacker. If throwing him off a balcony will save you, it is worth it. Do not worry for the attacker's safety. Even if you know them. Beat the literal shit out of them. This is not the time to be nice. A lot of people find it appealing to have a weapon on them, and that's a personal choice I won't go into. Lol. If you choose to, whether it's a knife, or a gun, or pepper spray, know how to use it. You will be amazed how quickly your knife can be turned on you if you don't know what you're doing with it. I also heard a piece of advice that is sad, but probably effective. Emo. If you're getting robbed or attacked or whatever, don't just scream or yell for help. Scream and yell, "Help my child." Yes, even if you don't have a kid. That's more likely to draw someone's attention, especially if you're a man calling for help. Hope this helps someone. Drink when you're thirsty. Too many travelers die of thirst while literally carrying water. Rationing water may be appealing, but it's always important to drink regularly. A car is an extremely dangerous place to hide in during an air raid. No matter how much you trained your awesome karate moves, or even the much more realistic Krav Maga or MMA, you have no actual chance to effectively block a knife attack with your bare hands. If you can't run, block with the outside of your arms, away from major arteries, and be prepared to get cut up badly. If you think you may be having a heart attack, take an aspirin. Actual aspirin, like bear. Edit. Many people are pointing out to chew it so it's faster acting. Sorry for leaving that part out. Also, thank you for the reward. The average person can hold their breath another 7 seconds from when they think they are going to pass out. If you are ever in aqua distress or caught underwater, don't release your breath. It may feel like you can't hold it any longer, but you can.